almost 2 months on Cape Cod, and it wasn't even close to enough. We are definitely going to need to come back for some future year for an even longer time, hopefully after COVID has passed. Nevertheless, we have had a really awesome time here during a surprisingly gorgeous season of the year here on the Cape. So I want to share some of the highlights. In my last course update, I shared that we did in fact make it all the way across the country, blessedly COVID-free, and we took the first few days just getting settled into our new home and sorting everything out. Unfortunately, yet again, childcare challenges reared up, but within a week, we had found an amazing woman named Deborah who has essentially been creating a private preschool experience for our pumpkin each morning. Costumes and themed weeks and just a host of educational activities, including a bunch of playtime down at the pond at the end of the street. So it's been an absolute treat, and it all worked out for the best in the end. But primarily, we've been enjoying a lot of time by the ocean. We spent a beach day with my parents, who were so eager to see us that they came down on our first full weekend here. Then, a few weeks later, we spent a morning doing some low tide explorations together at Corporation Beach in Dennis, where we found a hermit crab and lots of little minnows in the tide pools and just a bunch of fun shells and rocks and all that kind of good low tide stuff. I got to spend an afternoon watching the sunset on Cape Cod National Seashore by Nauset Light, and multiple times we've gone down to Chatham to hang out at Lighthouse Beach, just play in the sand, learn about the lighthouse, and we also got to take some family photos down there too. But I will say our pumpkin got kind of cold around sunset, so the photos are going to be one of those cute, adorable memories forever. We've also taken some really amazing, beautiful walks. First at White Cedar Swamp with my parents, which is actually just a very easy boardwalk and sandy trail through the woods, right across from Marconi Station, which is the place where the first public transatlantic telegraph signal happened in January of 1903, where a message was sent from President Theodore Roosevelt to the British King Edward VII using Morse code. So some cool history and science exploration in there too. We spent quite a while exploring the Stony Brook Grist Mill in Brewster, Mass. We got to watch the herring fry start their trek down the herring ladder chutes and toward the ocean, as well as learning about how grist mills work and turn grain into flour. Then we spent a day just driving around the Cape, exploring some different towns through the Mid and Upper Cape, as they call it. We took a fall walk in the woods at one of the state parks, and we also went the opposite direction all the way up to Provincetown, so we could walk around and enjoy some of the Halloween decorations, because, I don't know, for me, it just wouldn't feel like a visit to the Cape without at least a little bit of time in P-Town. Now, since of course we spent all of October here, it wouldn't be New England fall without some time playing at a local farm, selecting our pumpkins for decorating our house, and we even spent some time in Chatham on the pumpkin walk right there on Chatham Green, which is actually a really cute and fun little local display. And we figured out our own version of a COVID-safe Halloween. So in our 7 short weeks here, we managed to squeeze in visits with all of our pumpkins' grandparents who are local here in New England. So we got some great family connecting time in too, particularly since we haven't been able to see any of them since our previous holiday trip to New England was last December. Thanks, COVID. But I'm going to tell you, in all honesty, I think my favorite memory from this trip was the family evening we spent on the front lawn at Ocean Edge Resort. They had created this great outdoor cafe setup with fire pits and heaters and fun games for kids and a food truck that served some really delicious wood-fired pizza. We got there just before sunset, It was Wednesday night when we arrived. There was almost no one around, so we had the place to ourselves. It was peaceful, beautiful, fun, and delicious all at once. I have a lot of fond memories of Ocean Edge from childhood, but this one was truly a treat. Now, coming to the Cape on shoulder season definitely meant that a lot of the traditional places and activities were closed. So we missed out on some things that we normally would have loved to do, like ice cream at Emack and Bolio's. But it did give us a little bit more of a local experience, getting a sense of how beautiful and peaceful this place is once all the tourists go away. So I think next time I'd plan to come in August and stay through maybe mid-November so that we have a little bit of time at the end of the summer for all of those summer Cape activities, but we still get to enjoy all of the beauty of the fall here, watching the leaves change and really enjoying quite a number of warm days right here at the end of the year. Now, by the time you're watching this, we will have left the Cape, heading north through Boston to Gloucester, Massachusetts, which is where we're going to be for the next several months as we ride out COVID a bit closer to family and home. But we are still planning to enjoy our nomad lifestyle a bit, so if you're curious how we make this lifestyle affordable, living full-time in Airbnbs while on average saving about 49% off of the nightly published rates for our extended stays, then I have created a free video training which you can get at chosencourse.com/Airbnb. Maybe it'll help you save a bunch of money off of your next location-independent adventure. So whether you're exploring the whole world or just your own corner of it, happy travels, Freedom Lover.